Pesci, and this is Barnes & Noble Tagged. It's all hail to the chief as Barack Obama takes his post as the 44th President of the United States. We'll take a look at some books by and about him. Plus, with us in the Barnes & Noble studio is an author who has come to know intimately some of our past presidents, creating best-selling biographies that are historic and personal. Jon Meacham is the editor of Newsweek and a best-selling author known for his very personal approach to presidential biographies. In Franklin and Winston, an intimate portrait of an epic friendship, he explored the relationship between Franklin Roosevelt and Prime Minister Winston Churchill. In his next book, American Gospel, Meacham told the story of how the Founding Fathers viewed faith and how they created a nation in which belief in God is a matter of choice. He is here today to tell us about his latest best-selling biography, American Lion, Andrew Jackson in the White House. Jon Meacham, you've been tagged. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
When I think of American lions, I'm talking Lincoln, Washington.
Right.
Why Andrew Jackson?
What I wanted to do was write about someone who fundamentally shaped the presidency that Lincoln used, that TR used, that FDR used, that Truman used, and all of the office that Obama will take is essentially the creation of Andrew Jackson. His best successors believed that he was a model worth emulating.
You kind of say, all right, he loved his country,
Right.
and his country was his family
Yes.
because he didn't have a family. His
Right.
father died before he was born. How do you make that jump?
I think we're all products of our environments. I think all of us who have an emotional makeup and who are engaged in anything outside our own families, public life in the classic sense, has some interplay between those two. Just as common sense.
Yeah.
And I think Jackson did replace his family with the country, and part of my evidence is he said so. He's talked about himself as a father and a son of the country.
What is it that you would like to see Jackson remembered for?
I think Jackson should be remembered for being the best of us and the worst of us. He was a terrific Democrat, lowercase d. He gave the people a larger role to play in public life in a way that it's very hard to imagine anyone else doing at that point. The founders created a republic. Jackson turned it into a democracy. He also was capable of great evil. He was an unrepentant slave owner. He was terrible about the Indians. He was a very complicated, contradictory, paradoxical figure. My argument is we are a very complicated, contradictory, and paradoxical country.
Yeah.
And that he represents that. And I think if we look at Jackson, I think we see ourselves.
Now, that brings us to our new president. Barack Obama has written 2 books now himself. What are your thoughts on him as a writer?
He's an excellent writer,
Yeah.
obviously. I think that both books are interesting. I think it should be a requirement for presidential candidates to write books before they run because they're always inadvertently revealing. And it helps us, and let's be honest, it's about us.
Yeah.
I think Dreams from My Father is incredibly revealing. The Audacity of Hope, less so because he was writing it as a campaign book. But at the same time, you can't help but reveal something.
Absolutely.
And so I think he's an engaging writer. We'll get a terrific memoir.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah, that's great. The book is called American Lion. Jon Meacham, thank you so much for being here. Now we're going to take a look at a few books by and about our new Commander-in-Chief. Change We Can Believe In, Barack Obama's Plan to Renew America's Promise, outlines Barack Obama's vision for America. Containing 7 key speeches from the 2008 campaign, the book outlines Obama's plan for how to fix the ailing economy, make healthcare affordable for all, and keep America safe in a dangerous world. Times, President Obama, The Path to the White House, showcases the unrivaled, intimate, behind-the-scenes photography of campaign photographer Callie Schell, who has been visually documenting Obama's journey since he began his run for president. And it will provide readers with a colorful and concise account of how Obama rose to power. Scout to Function was the only independent photographer to cover Barack Obama's entire campaign. She has put over 200 of her pictures, along with her insights, into the book, Yes We Can, Barack Obama's history-making presidential campaign. It's a comprehensive and intimate portrait of this world-changing election. And when CBS anchor Katie Couric asked Barack Obama which book, aside from the Bible, he would find essential in the Oval Office, Obama answered, Team of Rivals. Team of Rivals is Doris Kearns Goodwin's 2005 bestseller, which recounts how Lincoln surrounded himself with advisors who were better educated and more experienced, and who made no secret of coveting Lincoln's job. If there's one thing we have learned, it's that many of the great presidents read about history to lead us into the future. We hope that you, too, will enjoy some reading as we enter this historic time in our nation. Thanks for watching Barnes & Noble TAG.